What is up, guys? In today's video we have the first video in the Unranked to Unreal series for Chapter 7 Season 1. In this series I'm going to be playing Fortnite Zero Build Ranked, getting from Unranked to the Unreal highest rank. Not sure if I'm going to end up posting this match. With Fortnite Ranked, typically the lower ranks are very boring and there's typically a lot of AI, and with this season Fortnite made it to where everybody started out at bronze rank. Typically with your placement games, you would either start like high gold or kind of plat area if you had been Unreal in the past. And while gold and plat are still not very difficult ranks, it would still be much more entertaining than like bronze typically is. Oddly enough, this match started with 60 people, so I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it won't just be straight AI. But typically bronze lobbies would have like 85 AI and 15 people, or could have up to 85 AI. And so it's just not really anything, you know? Like so much easier than pubs. And even silver was a lot of AI, and even gold is a lot of AI typically, but like I said, it's usually like the cutoff I feel like is gold is like the lowest rank where you're actually like playing a game, but it's still like super duper easy typically. That's why I've never made videos of like spectating in the lower ranks. Like I thought about it when they first added rank, like spectating bronze rank and seeing what that was, but once it kind of came out that bronze was just mostly AI, it's like, what's the point? We'll see. The fact that this has not even a full lobby makes me think there's not going to be very many bots. I don't know which would be better, like a half full lobby with no AI, or just like having the people, like having a full lobby but with a lot of it being drones. Ripped Tides has definitely been my favorite POI this season because you can get the stakes and then lift the weight, and then potentially get the mythic iron pump shotgun, which is incredibly good. I'm trying to remember if I got the one back at that diner. I think I might have missed it. But the more stakes you get, the faster it'll be when you try to lift this weight. If you don't get any of them, it takes a long time. But when you get at least 4, it lifts like pretty much immediately. I'm reading like very good loot here. One of the very unfortunate things about ranked this season is there's no Forsaken blade, which is one of the better mobility items, but there's just no way to attain it in ranked. I'm hoping they add it to the regular loot pool at some point and then add it in ranked, because I really like the Forsaken blade as a movement item, and I also think it's like very balanced. Like it's good mobility, but also like not super, it's not like a guaranteed escape for anybody who has it. I have the wingsuit right now, which is an item I'm not a fan of at all, but I guess it's better than having no mobility at all. I did make a video very early on in the season kind of talking about the mobility items and just how I rate mobility. The thing I care about most is what's good at, like, you know, escaping a bad situation, or what's good for like pushing enemies in a fight, or like maybe small repositions in a fight. And I feel like all those aspects the wingsuit just does terribly. What it does well is traveling, and that maybe is a little bit more relevant in ranked because there's no cars, but it's still just like, this is an aspect of mobility that I usually care about the least. Trying to get this guy to come out of the building, because initially he had right shoulder peek, and so just like pushing into his right shoulder peek is bad. But he hit me barely any. He just hit me for overshield and then got overconfident off it. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, the wingsuit, like, it's okay for traveling, but I value those other things more than traveling. And a lot of times traveling with this, you're putting yourself at risk to just like getting fried, and this is your only mobility item. It's going to be hard to turn a fight if it starts, you know, with you getting beamed like that. I'm just going to land here. We'll see if I end up getting like free beams on anybody using the wingsuit during this match. Because if I do, and they don't have shockwaves, that's probably GG's for them. But I don't have shockwave myself, so might be hard to push some people out. Take this. Probably launch from up here and go somewhere. Who's fighting? I don't know where it is, though. It was just somewhere in this direction, but I don't see them. Maybe gonna land at this house. GG's, man. Third partying too good. What that player needed to do was shoot at me as I was getting to him. And I guess it could be hard to know if there's people wingsuiting on you. Like, the visual audio isn't as far for it. But he could have been able to see me. And instead of trying to get that loot, if he got shots on me, then he could have either, like, pushed it or, like, tried to get away from it. But just, like, not doing any damage to me and letting me just get free tags on him while he's looting. Not the play. So I don't think he knew I was there at all. And like third partying is always going to be a problem in battle royales, or like, you know, times where you can't really do much about it other than die. But I feel like a lot of third partying or like dealing with it just comes down to like being aware of what's going on more than just the fight you're currently in. Like when people have to tunnel vision too much on just like the fight they're in, it leaves them way more susceptible to getting third partied. But if you can kind of fight and be comfortable enough fighting to the point where all of your attention isn't on strictly that, then your chances of, you know, not just getting deleted by a third party are much better. Also just like immediately checking your surroundings. Like I get that kill and then I'm just immediately like looking around, trying to find somebody to. If there's anybody else coming. Whereas both of the brute players I just most recently killed, they get their elimination and then they are immediately looting out in the open. Don't know where anybody is at this point, so I just want to get high up. Only have 2 shockwaves, which is not ideal. I may end up having to take a wingsuit off somebody we eliminate. But I'm guessing that pretty much anybody I eliminate will have a wingsuit. So I can use these shockwaves to hopefully get a kill or 2, and then like we'll probably just get a wingsuit off them. Seems to be that way. I don't know if there's somebody in this bush or not. Seems like no, because I haven't been shot yet, but there's somebody. Is he fighting? Trying to wait until he gets into a more exposed area to shoot at him, because he has to come this way anyways. It's not like storm is a massive factor, but maybe should have waited even longer, but let me just go on this. This would be a big kill to get, because he might have more shockwaves for me. But yeah, he gets away. Unfortunate. I needed to hit a harder shotgun shot. Like the shotgun shot I did hit on him being like basically nothing was really unfortunate. I'm guessing he went down towards this building. So we'll just like walk over here and see if I get visual audio or anything. This is him. Dang. Get the kill, but he used more shockwaves than I wanted him to. Yeah, he used all of them. Somebody wingsuiting on me as well, I think. Thought I heard the wind from it. I'll eventually go back for that wingsuit that I saw over here earlier. But anyways, if I had killed that guy with the shotgun shot when I initially shockwaved onto him before he got any of his shockwaves off, then we would have been like net positive on shockwaves from that. But my shotgun shot was too weak. Seems like there's people fighting over here. The one's getting away in a wingsuit. This rock is so tilting to deal with. I want a third party that fight, but I might just come over here and see if we can hold them. And then I can wingsuit away from here when we do have to rotate. It's like going from somewhere high up is better for you. I don't know what happened to that person because it seemed like there was a fight there and then one wingsuited away. And I don't really know where the guy who wingsuited away went, but I also don't know where the guy that was in there went. I don't think anything happened in the kill feed around that time, so they should still be alive. Also, when you launch pad, I think you like use your wingsuit if you have a wingsuit in your inventory. Here's somebody. This guy needs to shoot back at me right now. His like initial like reaction will be to just heal, but if he lets me get on him without doing damage to me, then that'd be bad. But he might have just left, which I guess that works too. I don't know where he went. But if he was just like down here healing, then he would be a free elimination. Wish I could ping that. But that was like, that kind of showed what I was talking about earlier with the wingsuit. That guy almost just like didn't get to play the game anymore because he was wingsuiting and there happened to be somebody in front of him and he like can't know that that's a thing. And that's kind of what I think is rough about people who say they use it just to travel. It's like if you're using it just to travel and you get unlucky, then he's dead. What is going on here, bro? I am so confused. They kind of a coin flip every time you use it. I want to see if there's a good amount of shockwaves on this body. And I think with like the wingsuit being a more prevalently used item in ranked because of the lack of blade, I think just like not using it poorly or not overusing it is like something that will affect the outcome of things for a lot of people. I wanted to shockwave, but it didn't throw. Let's use another one. Oh, he just got scammed. His shockwave sent him nowhere. Still 9 opponents. I'm gonna check. Okay, nice. I was gonna say I want to check this body and see if there's more shocks. Probably didn't need to do that, especially since I had a chug, but don't feel like walking. Gonna run with bunkers out right now in case I get shot. You just immediately throw it. Running with like either bunkers or shockwaves out would be ideal. Just immediately be able to get out of a bad situation. Or get out of like unfortunate timing. This guy at top doesn't know I'm here yet, which is like huge for me, because had I shot at him, we would reveal our location. This person shooting me in the back might be an AI. I'm never worried about this person. My AR has no ammo in it, so I need to one pump this guy. Being greedy here and trying to save my chug. There was like somebody underneath there that the guy at the mountain like dropped down to fight. The guy dropping off the mountain is like worst possible thing for him. There's somebody else up there now. And I just saw somebody on the road too. But that bunker wasn't there earlier. I'm going to push that Danny Phantom because zone is over there anyways. That guy on the mountain is going to have to move. I'd rather just use the damage we got on that guy, get him out of the game. At least I think he's going to have to move. It seemed that way. Seemed like it was like barely in. It's like a weird zone. We have 4 opponents fighting. For the Forsaken Blade would be so nice to have. Like, I really don't want to be where I am, but also, like, don't want to use a shockwave. Okay, he is in zone there, but it's, like, not gonna be in zone for long. Like, it would be surprising if it gets the next one. It might. There's, like, a chance it does, but I think it's more likely he doesn't. And so I don't really need to, like, worry too much about fighting him while he has, like, disadvantage. That's why I wanted to kill the Danny Phantom. It's like, this guy's advantage is eventually going to go away, but if I let that Danny Phantom escape one shot and heal, then, like, they maybe hold us up later. So I could just immediately go and get him out of the game. And if that guy dropped down to fight us, then it would have been, like, bad for him, because I would have just, like, shockwaved away. And then he gave up his entire advantage earlier than he needed to. There is, like, a little hill in zone here. Like that one in front of me. There's a guy in front of me. I don't know if he... Yeah, he doesn't know I'm here. GG's, man. This guy trying to shoot at me. Getting more damage there would have been nice just to, like, back him down while I cross. Didn't get as much damage on him as I would have liked while he wingsuited, but still he just, like, couldn't really play the game. This guy's wingsuit was successful. I'm gonna shock him out. This is bad. I thought this guy was the last one. I, like, wasn't paying attention to the player count enough. It's like so bad. I thought it was a 1v1 and it was just like such a messy, awkward fight. When I shocked him out of his bunker, I thought he was going to go down here. He went behind me. The other guy is in my bunker. One thing you can do if somebody's in a bunker like this is throw your bunker. I didn't do it. I went too high. But if you throw your bunker at their bunker, it like knocks them back usually. If they're like in the front of it like this. But I guess he wasn't. I don't even know where he is. And as always, an awkward player is the most dangerous one in Fortnite. Like, that guy was on Mars, but probably the hardest fight we get in all game because he's just strange and erratic. But we'll see what rank I end up getting. I was like confused on how to even see what rank you get with the, like, the new UI. Yeah, I got bronze too. But that wasn't like a totally bronze game. You see the ranks of the players we got and it wasn't super droney. And so that was not a good game. It was not a hard game, but it was like much better quality than what I was actually expecting it to be. So I probably will end up starting the series here. If I played that match and it was just all like literal AI, then I maybe would have just like gotten the gold before posting them. But yeah, I think we will end up posting this. We're back with the second game. I think I'm probably going to go Riptides again. It's my favorite POI by far on this map. Kind of wasn't talking about it as much at the start of last game because, as I said, I was expecting to not post these matches. But Riptides is very good. I like, it's a POI that I've learned. The fact that you can get the Mythic Pump is very nice. And then for pubs, the fact that you can get the Forsaken Blade there is also very good. But that's an attribute that doesn't really matter here. But it's just a POI I enjoy, and the potential for Mythic Pump is, you know, incredible. And then even if you don't get Mythic Pump, you get some sort of high rarity weapon there, which oftentimes will be good to you. But a lot of times also won't be, because the main two weapons I really only ever want to use this season are the Iron Pump and the Dead IR. So if it's not one of those, then it's probably not going to be something I use. This match has more people in it. Last game we played started with like 64 players, and then now we have 89. Wondering if that means there's going to be, you know, more AI in this match or what's going on there. Definitely some bots I see in the kill feed already. Nice shockwaves off the rip. That's huge. Just spent pretty much all game talking about how hit or miss the wingsuit is. Like, it can be really useful, but it's also kind of a trap in some situations, or it could just straight backfire. Like, not even if used poorly, just it happens to be an enemy who has line of sight on you that you were unaware of. Start the game with another high rarity pump, which is nice. I guess blue isn't the highest, like, high rarity, but I feel like blue is the cutoff of, like, decent rarity. If I have gold, or if I have green or gray, feels bad. If I have blue or higher, it's like, feels pretty good. I wanted to kill him there, but it didn't happen. What are we doing, bro? Get away and reset. Thought he was weak enough that I could just shock up, pump him, and kill him. And it's like kind of a 50-50, but since I'm the one who's initiating it, it's not as much of a 50-50 for me. Sucks that I use both my shocks there. I want to get to his vending machine and heal if possible. Guy hit hard, but doesn't seem terrible, but he also didn't seem incredible either. We both wasted like high value items though. I wasted my shocks, he wasted his bunkers. I'm like kind of tempted to wingsuit. He's up there, okay. He did the same thing. I was gonna say I'm kind of tempted to wingsuit to the top of one of the tall buildings. GG's, man. But yeah, I was gonna say it's hard to tell sometimes when you have a fight like me and that guy had where we both just like hit each other really hard on timing like that with the pump. He seemed decent, but also it's kind of hard to tell if he just got lucky in that moment, but he wasn't the worst. At this pillar, he would have had right shoulder peek on me, which is why I just tried to like get to it before him and like jump past it. If I like slow played this, he would have had more time to get to that right shoulder peek, and then that maybe like is problematic for me. But I like expected him to go for that, and so I just like tried to take it away from him before he got to it. I'm surprised he like jumped down from that roof. That was a bizarre play. I was gonna say I might wingsuit over to one of these roofs and see if he shoots at me when I do so, just so we find him. But he ended up kind of doing the same thing. That fight is bad for me though because we didn't get zone, and like that delayed us a lot. That might trigger some people taking the grade that I over the tac AR. Wait, it might actually. Okay, we got AR ammo from it. I had like no ammo. I was gonna say I might rather have the tac AR, but the tac AR and the Deadeye AR actually have the same damage, but the sight I feel like is a big difference maker for, you know, most people. I really like having the red dot sight. Hold on. I forgot what else I was gonna say. Especially like when it comes to getting opening tags on people. What is going on? Dude, I'm so confused with my inventory right now. It's like delayed on like taking things. Okay, there we go. If I get like timing on somebody, I really want to get the most of that timing, and just having the red dot makes that really possible. And while the initial damage of the Deadeye AR and the tac AR are the same, the tac AR like drops off at range sooner. It loses more at range, and so in a lot of like situations where you would actually be using your AR, it is gonna end up hitting weaker than even the gray Deadeye. But if somebody prefers tac AR, that's like fine too. Like a lot of things in this game are just a matter of preference, and the thing that you are best with is probably like the thing you prefer most is probably gonna be what you're best with. Wait, that fight taking a while, like, really made us slow. As far as, like, moving the zone goes. Didn't get the mythic pump this time, but we got a purple one as well, which is, like, solid. At least it's something I'll use. We didn't get, like, an enforcer AR or something. You freak. Got siphon on that kill for my white house that's missing. Dang. This could have been a free kill. But I was slow to see him. That was like terrible. I was slow to see him and like messed up my timing for my shotgun. But we get the kill anyways. The guy that was camping in this house was never getting away, by the way. The fact that his like initial reaction was just switch to the wingsuit and try to leave was so bad. Because like there's just no shot he's wingsuiting away from me there. He's better off just trying to fight it, and then like maybe he loses, maybe he dies, but just not defending himself at all is never gonna go his way. Wait, we got Emperor Palpatine out here using the lightning gun. He's cosplaying, role playing. How many shocks is this? Nice, perfect. Okay, we're gonna drop the wingsuit here. I was like somewhat tempted to run no heals for a bit and then just have double mobility. Since I only had 2 shocks and I didn't have any heals that I wanted to really run. I was gonna just like see if I could find more shockwaves in the meantime, and then probably make my way to a vending machine and buy big pods. And I'm still gonna go to a vending machine and buy big pods. But I was just hoping I would find more shocks on the way when I had double mobility. And then could kind of justify leaving the wingsuit behind, because 2 shockwaves for a wingsuit, like I much prefer the shockwaves, but definitely, you know, gonna get more uses out of that one wingsuit. And like visiting the vending machines is so helpful in chapter 7 because you get a lot of heals that way. Like even with like some of the adjustments they've made to like the spawn rate of chests and everything, it still is like a struggle to heal sometimes. So in a moment like this, I'm much better off going there and getting big pots, but also you typically could buy high rarity like weapons and stuff. Like I have 2,700 gold. Nice. That would be like a moment where I was saying like having the red dot is so beneficial to me. I maybe get that kill with the TAC AR, but at that range we're already falling off on damage. And I don't have the biggest target to shoot at anyways. It kind of only saw like his upper body head area. Still check these vending machines out and see if I can get like a higher rarity AR pump here. Also, there may be other players trying to come and use these. That's another thing. Like, they're good for you, but they're also good for other people. And so you can often catch other people trying to get like loot here. Not what I need. Also, ammo is something a lot of people struggle with, and vending machines solve that problem as well. Like, I feel like they were something that was kind of ignored in recent chapters. Like, maybe you would visit the mending one sometimes, but it wasn't really something I thought about of, like, getting weapons or gold from, or ammo, sorry, very frequently. But this season, they're super helpful. I kind of wish they would put the purple Forsaken blade in there. There's like ones that sell wingsuits. There's ones that sold Forsaken blades. I feel like that'd be perfect. And get up on this roof, I guess, but you always got to be careful, as you saw. I'm finding like constant shockwaves now that I have a full stack. But as you saw the man earlier at that random house just sitting in the attic. The fight going on over there, but I can't really do anything to it, I don't think. This would be like a moment where the wingsuit would maybe be a little bit better to have. Fighting in this direction as well. least I think. It seems like I was getting visual audio in that direction. Somebody. And this is why in the last game I was saying running with your shockwaves or your bunkers out is like imperative whenever you're crossing an area that's just terrible like that. And he might not have had shockwaves or bunkers, and then that's why he's just dead. But if he has bunkers out, I shoot him, he immediately bunkers, and then he's not getting shot anymore. That little hesitation to like switch to them while you're getting shot is something that'll cost so many people, especially if you're somebody who like panics. And it's like not hard to just, you know, switch to it if you know you're crossing a terrible area. And 4 people left. Now 3. I don't know what happened to the guy that was over there. Guess we can go find out. And I feel like even in pubs this season, bunkers are like good to have because this map is so open. Like I typically run double mobility, but if I don't have double mobility for pubs, then like I'm definitely taking bunkers. Map feels very open, and then also just how good the Deadeye are makes just getting caught in a bad situation GG's. You don't have very much time to play with. Might be somebody at that rock. There's loot there. And like I think the other kind of edge of it was in zone. See nobody though. I'm like worried he's just chilling on the other side of it. Like people are weird and passive. That's terrible. He maybe survives. But if I noticed that sooner, that was like such a bad time to wingsuit. Other than just being behind that rock or that bush. Maybe there's somebody in that bush though. If zone goes that way, I need to start moving like as soon as possible. Okay, yeah. Like this would be a time where somebody having a wingsuit would be like pretty advantageous for them because they can just like quickly get up into this new area. And so if I like waited as like super long to leave, that'd maybe cost me. I still could be there, but I think a lot of people, especially ones that are like more scared, they like always late rotate. You were in the golf cart? That's not the place, sir. Wingsuiter. The other one's down here. He was like in this restaurant as the man I killed was shooting him. Like that's what this guy was shooting at, the Arnold. He just broke a window. Dang. Wish I got more shots. I could like go down there and just kill him, but I hate fights like that. It's just like someone awkward camping a building. Like if I get damage on him while he's on the outside, I maybe will, but I hate dealing with people that are just inside buildings. Now we can. He got in the dumpster. Oh my gosh. GG's, bro. We're probably bronze 3 now. You're kind of capped out at how much you can gain in a single match. Okay. Oh no, we get the silver one. Nice. 1%. So yeah, this match was like much easier than the first one, surprisingly. Like the placement game I played was mostly gold and platinum players, it seemed, to put me and then in bronze. And then now it gave me a match of like mostly bronze players. And so I'm expecting silver to be mostly silver, but we will see.